There's a book called The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer, who is the founder of the Temple of the Universe, which is actually near Alachua, Florida, where there's a big Krishna community. It's an interesting book, The Surrender Experiment, and it talks about his life and the journey that he went on trying to basically see if it was possible to just live according to total surrender. And each situation that he found himself in, how could he surrender again and more deeply? But there's one idea that came to my mind about that book. And he talks about early on in his journey recognizing that a lot of people feel the need to speak, feel the need to fill the silence around them, especially when they're in social circumstances, with words, unnecessary words. And he noticed himself spending time with a friend, and there was this awkward silence, and he noticed himself stepping outside of his place of equilibrium, stepping outside of his place of centeredness and confidence, just to try and alleviate the uncomfortable energy of the room being silent. And he found himself just saying garbage. And he kind of changed, and he decided that sometimes better to say nothing at all rather than saying useless garbage. And so it's an interesting meditation, you know. How much of what we say is to alleviate the perceived discomfort of others, right? Does that make sense? Are we really speaking from a place of truth? Are we really speaking from a place of our own sense of self, what needs to be said? Speaking from a place of fearlessness and joy, positivity, encouragement, a place of natural centeredness of the heart? And how much are we just basically filling space, talking about things like the weather, sports, anything to fill the uncomfortable silence? But then there's another thing which I found very interesting, is the art of conversation. And that's a whole other thing. These days it seems like a lot of people kind of seem to have maybe lost the art of conversation. They don't know how to talk about stuff. And it's a different but connected point. The idea that we can speak in a way to bring joy and communication and connection with others, speak in a way that encourages them to share, listen in a way that encourages them to be honest. So I guess it's kind of two different perspectives on the same kind of thing. Like one is unnecessary speech that we do out of feeling the discomfort of others, and the other is speaking in such a way to encourage and nourish others and welcome them to speak freely whatever is in their mind and their heart. Just some thoughts. Interesting. Sitting here at sunset, one of my favorite places in the world, here on the front porch, and watching the sunset, listening to the crickets starting to sing, hoping that the hummingbird comes by soon. And yeah, remember, we are legends. You are a legend. All right, my friends. Till next time.